Are you there? Can you see me? I'm looking for you. If you're there, let me hear you say, hey! Let me hear you say, hey, Rabbi O! Let me hear you say, hey, Rabbi Martyr! Let me hear you say, hey, Miss Jill! We're so excited that we're going to be singing together and celebrating Rosh Hashana together this year. If you're ready, if you're in the spirit, if you have ruach, lots of energy, let me hear you say, Shana Tova! Whoa. That was pretty loud. What? You think you could be even louder than that? All right. Let me hear you say, Shana Tova! Okay. I think we need to be quieter. But you know, that actually reminds me. There's something on Rosh Hashanah that is also loud. There's something that we use to celebrate the new year that makes lots of noise. Well, what do we use to celebrate the new year? Apples and honey. Apples make lots of noise. Whenever I bite into an apple, it's like... But an apple, I make the noise when I bite into it. Does an apple make noise? Does an apple talk? Does it say, eat me? No. Maybe the honey? Does it make like a splotch noise when we dip the apple in the honey? We eat round challah. Makes noise when I eat challah. Yum, 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 yum. Is there anything? What's this? Does anybody know what this is? Maybe it's like a unicorn horn? A lightsaber? Ooh, maybe it's a baseball bat. Wait, what is it? So far to go where? So far so good? You think we're doing great? Oh, a shofar. This is a shofar? Wow. Friends, did you know that a shofar is actually a ram's horn? And we blow it on Rosh Hashanah. There are 4 special notes. There's Tekiah, which is one long note, which is meant to be an announcement that the new year is here. There's Shvarim, which is 3 shorter notes to remind us that life is short and we can't delay making the changes that we want to make in the world. There's Trua, which is 9 broken notes, which acknowledge our tears, our crying because of how broken this world is. And there's Tekiah Gedolah, one long final note, which is our promise to make changes in the new year, to be better in the new year. Do you want to hear me blow it? I can't hear you. Do you want to hear me blow it? Wow. You were almost louder than a shofar. All right, so I need your help. I'm going to say the note, and then I need you to call out that note, and then I'll blow it. Ready? Okay, the first note is Tekiah. Let me hear you say Tekiah. Let me hear you say Shavarim. Let me hear you say Trua. Let me hear you say Tekiah Gedolah. I take a deep breath. Woo! That shofar does make a lot of noise. But not as much noise as you. I want to hear you making lots of noise. I want to hear you singing. I want to hear you get into that New Year's spirit. Miss Jill's going to lead us in some singing right now, and I want to hear you singing along. Deal? All right, Shana Tova, everyone.
Did you hear that? I love to hear the shofar blast, Rabbi. Oh, your sound is amazing. The beautiful, beautiful sound waking up everything around it. So let's sing it too. Rabbi O did all the different calls of the shofar, and now we're going to sing them the way he played them in our voice. So it's going to go like this. I like to hear the shofar blast, all your voices. And if you want, you can dance while you sing. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. First call is called Tekiah, so let's do it together. Tekiah. Again, Tekiah. One more time, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. The next one is called a broken sound, and it's got a name, Shibarim. Shibarim. Did you hear the broken parts? Let's do it together. Shibarim. Again, Shibarim. And the Tekiah, Tekiah. One more time, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Next one is the laughing one, or some people say it's crying. It goes teruah, like this. Teruah. Try it. Teruah. 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 Shibarim. Shibarim. Tekiah. Oh, I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. We got one more. It's the fourth one. It's the big Tekiah. Tekiah Gedolah. So I'm going to ask us to have a contest and see who can make the sound last the longest. It's not going to be me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, big breath. Tekiah Gedolah. Are you still going? Yeah? More? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, we're gonna go into the Teruah, the laughing one. Teruah. Shibarim. Tekiah. 1, 2, 3. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Bravo. We're gonna say Lishana Tova, a happy new year. Actually, it means for a good year. Let's say it together with this song going like this. Lishana Tova, a happy new year. Lishana Tova, a healthy new year. Lishana Tova, a sweet new year for you and you and me. Let's do it again. Oh, Lishana Tova, happy new year. Lishana Tova, healthy new year. Lishana Tova, sweet new year for you and me. Here comes the apples and the honey. Here comes the challah, which is special for the holiday. It's got a special shape. And here comes the shofar. Oh, we dip our apple in honey as we beginning for a sweet new year. We eat the challah surround, we hear the shofar sound, we hear it loud and clear. Lishana Tova, happy new year. Lishana Tova, healthy new year. make sure you're smiling. When you hear healthy, make sure you're jumping. And when you hear sweet, go, Leshana Tova, a happy new year. Leshana Tova, a healthy new year. Leshana Tova, a sweet new year for you and me. One more time. Leshana Tova, a happy new year. Leshana Tova, a healthy new year. Leshana Tova, a sweet new year for you and me. For you and you and me. For you and me. Excellent. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for this new year, Shana Tova to you. A happy, healthy new year, we'll hear the shofar too. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Apples dipped in honey for a sweet new year. Round challah that has raisins to bring us all good cheer. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. When we go to Tashlich, we'll cast our sins away. Thank you for the new year on this holy day. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Rosh Hashana, it is written, the book is sealed on Yom Kippur. Take care of one another, and your year will be secure. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Shh. Ah. Shh. Ah. Ooh, let's do it loud. Ah. Ah. You sound amazing. I feel like I heard you. Sing it out. All together now. Make sure you take a deep enough breath. Ah. Now take your deep breath again. Lift up your hands and cover your eyes. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, God is wonderful and God is one. We hear sounds and we hear when there's almost no sound. And then we feel the sound of our own feelings. And we hear the sound of our own voice inside our head. Be holy, hear the whisper, present every day. Be holy, hear the whisper, it teaches us the way to be like God. To be like God. To be like God. To be like God. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Be holy, be holy, hear the whisper that guides us every day. Be holy, hear the whisper, reminding us to say we'll be like God. Yes, we'll be like God. We'll be like God. We'll be like God. HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. We're listening. Hear the whisper? If you listen, there might be whispers between you. Can you say something in a beautiful little whisper to someone you're with and tell them something beautiful about themselves? And maybe you're going to hear a whisper, something about you, something beautiful. We're being like God, full of love. Okay, I'm so excited. We're going to get our listening ears on, our body nice and quiet and ready for every part of us to be hearing a story from the rabbi.
I want to tell you a story of a true miracle, and this story really happened. There was a person named Mendel, and there was a person named Rivka. Mendel was very wealthy, and he loved to bake challah. Every Friday, he would bake 2 beautiful golden loaves for himself. But he had no one to share them with. He had no family, he had no community, he had no Bethel that he belonged to. Rivka, who lived on the other side of town, had many children, and she had a husband, and they were very poor. They didn't have enough money to bake themselves challah each week, and they worked so hard they didn't have the time either. They didn't have the flour or the yeast, and so they lived in poverty. Mendel, who loved to bake and had plenty to do so, wanted to share his challah with someone, and he thought, who is fit to share my challah with? I know, God. I will share my challah with God. And he thought, where would God accept an offering of challah? And he remembered the ark, the Aron HaKodesh, in his sanctuary. And so he walked to his synagogue one Friday, and he placed 2 beautiful loaves in the ark. And he thought, God, and he prayed, God, please accept my offering. God, please take these beautiful chalot and enjoy them. And in that way, we'll be connected. And he left the challahs there, and he went on his way. A few minutes later, Rivka walked into the sanctuary, and she stepped before the Aron HaKodesh, the ark where the Torah is kept. And she got down on her knees, and she prayed to God, God, please help me feed my family. We don't have challah for Shabbat. We don't have enough food. Please, God, take care of us. And lo and behold, she opened the ark, and what was sitting there? What was it? It was challah. There were 2 beautiful loaves of challah that Mendel had just left. But Rivka thought God had just answered her prayer, and her heart soared, and she was filled with joy, and she couldn't believe her good fortune. Thank you, God. Thank you so much for the beautiful challah. And she took those 2 chalot home with her, and she brought them to her family, and they had a beautiful Shabbat, and they were all well fed. And the next week, Mendel returned to the synagogue and he opened the ark and the challahs were gone. And he thought, wow, God, thank you for accepting the chalot. I know how much you loved them. I know because they're not here, you must have eaten them and loved the challah. And so he baked challah again that week for Shabbat. And the same thing happened. Rivka returned to the sanctuary and she prayed, God, please, will you give us bread? Will you nourish us with challah again this week? And she opened the ark and there were Mendel's challahs. This happened for many, many weeks. Mendel would put challah in the ark. Rivka would take it home to her family. And while Mendel thought that God was accepting the challah, Rivka thought that God was giving her and her family challah. So this went on for a long time. And one day, the shamish, the person who took care of the synagogue, who made sure the lights were kept on and turned them off and he would clean up in the synagogue, saw this happening. He saw Mendel come in, say a prayer, and leave 2 chalot in the ark. And then he saw a few minutes later as Rivka would come in, open the ark and take the 2 chalot and thank God for the challah and leave. And he decided to bring these 2 people together. So the next week when he saw Mendel come in, and just as he was leaving, Rivka was coming in, he stopped them both and he said, wait, Mendel, Rivka, hold on. I see what's happening here. Mendel, you think that you're bringing an offering of challah to God, and Rivka, you think you're receiving challah from God, when in fact you are giving each other challah and sharing challah together. And the 2 were so shocked. Mendel could not believe that he was actually giving Rivka the challah. And he was upset. He thought, I wanted God to be accepting the challah. Now God doesn't have my challah. I'm not in relationship with God. God doesn't know about me. And Rivka thought, and I wanted to be receiving challah from God. I had no idea that it was coming from Mendel. Mendel, this man in town, he's the one giving us challah. I thought I was receiving a divine, precious gift. And the shamash said, no, you both don't understand. God works through each of us. Our hands are God's hands. Mendel, when you leave challah for Rivka, that is a gift from God. God is acting through you to give that beautiful gift. And Rivka, when you receive that challah, your hands that receive the challah are God's hands, accepting that beautiful gift. And so together, God has brought you together, and God has created a beautiful relationship and bond between you 2. It's God's generosity working through Mendel and God's acceptance and kindness working through Rivka. And from then on, Rivka and Mendel would come together every Shabbat, Rivka with all of her children and Mendel with his delicious challahs. And Mendel would invite Rivka and her family over to celebrate Shabbat, and they would eat together. And this time, rather than leaving and accepting challah, they just enjoyed it together as one family, as one community. May we share our challah with those in need. May we bake challah for our families and share and give it away. And may we also receive challah, may we receive gifts in the year to come from those we love. And may we always remember that God works through us. God needs our hands to do good in the world. Shana Tova.
Rabbi, thank you. That story was so wonderful. I loved it. Avinu, our parent, one who cares for us and loves us, even if we're not feeling good, anytime and all the time. And Malkeinu, the one who takes care of everything, the one who's in charge, like a king or a queen or a princess or a prince, someone who really, really wants to make sure everybody is okay. Avinu Malkeinu. That is God. God is so many things. And we're going to sing for God who takes care of us. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Oh God, please hear my want you to know I care. I'm thinking about all the things that I can do to make this a really good year. I'll try to be the best that I can be. I'll try with all my might to do what I know is right. Oh God, please hear my prayer. I want you to know I care. I'm thinking about all the things that I can do to make this a really good year. I'll try to be the best that I can be. I'll try with all my might to do what I know is right. We're getting to the end of our time together today, and it's been so wonderful to be with you, to hear you sing, to move together, and to pray, and also to dance. And we're going to end with some dancing. So please get your family together and let's hop around and celebrate, because that's what a new year is about. A beautiful, sweet blessing for the year to come. We are all together in our hearts. Shana Tova, let's dance. We're gonna go 1, 2, up, 1, 2, up on my shoulders and back on my neck, down to my hips, over to my back, and woo, it's Rosh Hashana. Get ready, we're gonna sing it with the music.
Okay.
It's time for the new year, we call it Rosh Hashanah. Come join our dance, we know that you wanna. Say that you're sorry before the year is over. Hey, Shana Tova. Apples, apples in the honey, yummy, yummy in my tummy. Apples, apples in the honey, yeah, it's Rosh Hashanah. Woo! The year is a circle like the soup. Challah is round, challah so yummy and it looks like a crown. The year is a circle like a challah is round. Hey, Shana Tova. It's a new beginning right when the year ends. We got a big gift cause we start over again. It's a new beginning right when the year ends. Hey, it's Rosh Hashanah. Woo! Shana, Shana, Shana Tova. Woo! Shana Tova.
Shana Tova. Happy New Year.